So, cheat checkout is the kind of mod that requires your attention consistently, right? So, you have to pay attention to two very important things. You need to pay attention to the Wi-Fi symbol and the shield symbol. If the Wi-Fi symbol drops, the module will stop working altogether, and if the shield symbol drops to red, it will strike you. This is the second way to get a strike, the first being incorrect input. Otherwise, this module will work very similar to cheap checkout, whereas there is a bunch of items being bought. In this case, they are buying hacks. As you can see, there's 5 hacks, just like there's 5 items. Now if there are 6 in cheap checkout. There is a currency used in Bitcoin. There is, a bunch of cents. Now, the thing about Bitcoin is that it goes up to 3 decimal places rather than 2, right? So we can have this as our answer, and you can see our shield has actually dropped, and so a bunch of our buttons have disappeared. So in order to fix the shield, that is going to be the first task we do. When the shield is yellow, you can press patch at any time and it'll be fine, but if the shield drops to red, you need to press patch when the last digit of the serial number, that's this thing, matches the last digit of the timer. So you can see I have the timer on the side of the bomb. I specifically did it like that so we can see the time. We need the serial number for this, and we also need what the serial number adds up to. So you take the digits, so that will be 14, and you have the serial number, right? So the shield drops to red, we have to press patch 6. If the Wi-Fi drops to yellow, we need to press stabilize on 14. And if it drops to red, we have to press the stabilize button on 6, alright? So we'll probably go through the manual a bit for that, so we'll probably move back to that now. First things first, we need to write all of the information about the hack. So I'm gonna set up a list of 5 numbers, right? We're gonna go through all 5 of these hacks and read all of the important information about them, and then I will tell you guys what to do with the information, of course. That is part of the tutorial. So there goes our Wi-Fi. If you remember correctly, our Wi-Fi can be stabilized only when the last 2 digits of the timer are 14. Now that's going to be quite a bit of a wait, but if you take note, if I go through this LCD, occasionally things will be gibberish, right? So when the Wi-Fi drops, you won't be able to read certain bouts of information that are very important to you. Now, you can just spam cycle this, but if you're playing in the method that I play, this is actually really annoying because on Twitch Plays, these cycles can take a while, right? So now we have stabilized. Now, in order to write down the information, all we have to do is write down the website, then the type of hack. You can just abbreviate all of this. And then all of the hacks are going to have different information, right? So 10 PCs, duration, and then your failed. This isn't always going to say failed, but for this one it is. We're going to do that for all of these, right? So another cell coin. This one's a worm. The PC type is basic yet again. It is a spreader. 13 PCs. Oop. And failed 0.06. Now we're gonna go to hack 3. This one is CI. I don't remember what CI stands for, but we'll go through it. Aha! Our Wi-Fi has dropped yet again. This is going to be a issue because I'm going to try to collect information that I might not get, and we have a bit of time to wait. 5 batches and infiltrated. I will abbreviate the word infiltrated, of course. Some of these websites are actually references to other contain modules, of course, which is very cool. So something you have to be very careful about is that there's going to be no warning if this is going to drop to red. So you have to pay close attention to both that and the timer. Thankfully, it did not mess with me. I'm going to reset that all the way back. This is another CI. We will not get all of the hacks that you can potentially get, unfortunately. But I will go through this one and hope that you can get the basic idea. I might go through a second one. So of course my notepad's probably going to go a little bit off the screen because there are just so many things. Yeah, so I think I'll go through a second one. Just to give you guys hopefully some other things. I'll have to clear a seed when I go to do that, and I'm going to have to blank my screen when I do that for private reasons. Okay, great. So now we have all the hacks, right? All of the information. Now we have to keep an eye because this shield can drop while I'm doing the math, okay? Now, the very first thing we have to do is we have to go through and figure out how much these hacks cost, right? So a lot of this information is just filler, okay? And filler information is there to waste your time and make you read, right? We don't care about any of this information. The only thing on here that we should really highlight here is we should highlight that every cost calculation is rounded to 3 decimals. Okay? So, very first hack we have is a denial of service, which is the very first hack we have. So you can see the shield just dropped. I can patch. It's done. All good. Now, we shall do a DSA hack. So over here on the right side, you get this wonderful equation, right? Long and it's unnecessary, but it's not unnecessary, but you know. So your base value is determined off of your PC type. So our PC type is basic, okay? You just put in where it says base value, you put 0.8. PCs used, that is 10 because there were 10 PCs part of the hack. The website security level, we will get back to that in a second. The duration was 1.948. And then we have this little decimal to the right. This is called a failed hack. When a hack fails, you have to multiply the entire answer by the percentage that it has failed by. So if the hack was successful, we'd actually be multiplying by 1, right? Because a successful hack is 1. Unless otherwise specified, as here it says that the website will cost. See, if the website crashes temporary, that's a successful hack. But if we crash it permanently, the hack's increased by 0.25. Point is, we need to consider how much it has failed by. So it failed by 0.003 or 0.03. Wow. And that means the success level is 0.97, and basically all we're doing is tacking that on. Now, the website security value is determined by the website. So we go down here, we're not down there, up there. We're going to look for sellcoin.org, which I have found right here. It's 61, so we're going to do 61 divided by 5, okay? Now, there is one more thing we need to consider, and that is the day of the week, of course. My Wi-Fi has dropped, but I'm not concerned because it is not, I don't need the hacks anymore, right? So anyways, the day of the week for me is Monday. The hackers are having problems with the equipment, and they need to charge 10% more. All of these have varying different outcomes, but all you have to do is multiply by a different number. So the Wi-Fi's dropped to red, which means I can stabilize on a 6. And we're good. So, anyways, it is Monday, and we are going to need to charge 10% more. So basically, at the end of all of this, yet again, we're going to multiply by 1.1, because that is how you get to the, that's how percentages work. It's weird. We're going to put all of this into my text field calculator, and we're going to get this very, very large number. Now, this part of the number works just like dollars, okay? Our total cost is 202.86 because this is in dollars. We haven't done the conversion to bit currency yet. Understood? Understood. Now, we've got yet another hack to go through, and that one is the worm. The worm has this wonderful equation yet again. Ooh. We're going to take the worm and we're going to put the equation in here. Now our base value is based off the kind of computer that we have yet again, which is basic. And we're going to have to put this in parentheses. The number of infected PCs was 13, and I pulled that number from here. Oh, there goes our shield again. I'm going to let it drop to red, I think, in order to show you on the last serial number digit again, as I said. It will strike me if I let it stay red for too long, so I must pay extensive attention from this point. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can see it easier. Anyways, 13 PCs. Now, we've already checked what this website's stuff is, and you can see that the numbers have been changing, by the way. I don't know if anyone pointed that out, but it's just very bad to leave a shield on yellow when you're trying to input your answer. See, everything vanishes, things are... You get kind of confused. Anyways, we already know the website security value was 61 because this is the same website as that one. And our multiplier is based off of our worm type. So we have a spreader worm, which means that our multiplier is 0.5. Now the hack failed, so we multiply this by 0.06, and then we also have to acknowledge... So this is what happens when the shield goes red. It's loud, it's obnoxious, and you can't ignore it. And there we go. Alarm turned off, everything's fine. I'm gonna make sure that my calculation went through correctly very fast because I didn't put a little asterisk. Yeah, okay, cool. I got concerned. That's just me being concerned. Anyways, here is all of our stuff. And then again, we add the 1.1, right? So now all of this into the text field calculator. You can see that this is a very small number. Now, with these prices, it's always safer to round up, right? So we've got, or follow conventional rounding here. So we've got 5, so we round it to 0.36. The module does have a safety net, though, however. You can be a little bit off and still get the correct answer. The module won't punish you if you are 0.01 off. So these on the left here, you can be off by these and still be fine, but that doesn't mean you should be looking to be off by those because, you know. Anyways, next hack was a CI, which is a code injection. There is 2 other hacks that we have not gotten, and the only other one I'm concerned about is the bottom one, so I will see if I can get the bottom one without going through an entire module again. Anyways, code injection, same idea. We get a base value, which is based off of the type of vulnerability. So XPath was this one, so we're going to go 1.25. Again, my parentheses. Complexity multiplier is based off of if it's simple, advanced, or complex. Ours was simple, so there's a imaginary 1 here, which I'm going to remove because there's no need to have that imaginary 1 here. Batches is based off just how many batches we've got. Now, you can see that for hack 3, we got infiltrated. That means the cost of this hack is actually going to increase by 1.5, or by 50%, which is 1.5. And then again, add the 1.1 at the end. And then we need the website security value. Now the website for this one was crunch.bg, which is a reference to a coder in our community, I believe. So let's see if we can find where crunch.bg is. There he is, 52. There goes our Wi-Fi, so we can stabilize on a 6. The Wi-Fi won't strike you if it drops, so you don't have to concern yourself with it, but I'm going to stabilize it just to showcase how absolutely required, like how this module needs to be done first. On a bomb, if it appears, you've got to get it out of your way. It's dangerous, it's attention-wanty, and it's loud. No one likes things that are loud. So there we go. That is our equation. And we're going to go through and we're going to put that in. And this one, which may seem like it should cost a lot, actually doesn't, right? It's kind of strange, but it's actually because these aren't very high numbers, you know, not a lot of batches. Batches are the determining factor for how high this number is going to be. So anyways, 26.81, right? Now we're going to do this again. We have another CI, so we're just going to take the equation. I'm going to take the equation for the fifth one as well because it is also a CI. So we have symbolic co, which is no SQL, which is 2.2. And then we have XPath again, which is 1.25. And then we have complex, simple, advanced. So we have an advanced, which is 1.2, and a simple, which is an imaginary 1 that I'm just going to remove again. Batches for this one was 20, and batches for this one was 12. And then website security value was symbolic.co, which is, you can control F these, by the way. There, obviously. Alright, there it is, 54. And then we add on the fact that it was infiltrated, so you do 1.5. And then we have medicalsite.co, which is 92. And that one was actually perm, which means that it was crashed permanently, so the hack only increases by 1.25. And then, of course, we add on the 1.10. Put all of this into text field calculator. There goes our Wi-Fi again. Oh, I just missed the path. I'll handle that in a sec. So now we have all of these prices in dollars. Now with all of our prices in dollars, we need to convert to cryptocurrency, right? So I'm just gonna tap. So with our cryptocurrency in mind, which is this strange symbol up here, we have to find that in our list, right? So that is a bit drop, and a bit drop is worth $111. Now, we're going to convert our dollars into cryptocurrency rather than our cryptocurrency into dollars. It might seem very tempting to go the other way around, but you will get rounding errors if you do that, because as you can tell, I've rounded to the second decimal place and not the third, right? We don't wanna risk that, okay? We would like to go the other way. It might seem a little bit longer and more annoying, but it's actually a necessity to this module because everything is very finicky with this module because of how many decimal places we're going to and just how absurd some of these numbers get. So in order to convert to a cryptocurrency, you take your dollar count and you divide it by what the cryptocurrency is worth. So our bit drop is worth 111, and it turns out we actually have 1.827 for that cost. And now some of these numbers are going to be insanely small, like really, really, really small. So 0.21, 26.81, 0.241, 143.13, 1.271, and last but not least, 1.424. Great, we've converted everything to cryptocurrency. I'm going to stabilize now so we can be able to input our answer easier. Now, last but not least, we have to take all of the conversions and subtract the amount of cryptocurrency we received by the addition of all of the costs. So 1.827 plus 0.021 plus 0.241 plus 1.271 plus 1.424. And you will see that at the end of all of this, we will get the amount of change that this guy desires and needs. So now, we input that into the module. Alright, good. Our input's gonna be fine. My bad. I saw the weird number appear and I was very worried. 1.15. Now, you submit. And that is the module solved. And of course, you'll get these silly little solve messages. But that is cheat checkout now. I don't have the desire to go through a whole nother one, but I will walk through the other two hacks if I can get them. Now, this might be a bit of a process, so I'm going to have to blank my screen for a second, just to be able to make sure that no one sees the seed for the KSL, of course, because that is what will show if I don't blank my screen. So give me 1 second. I will load a bomb with about 30, and we will see if we can get the other two, and I'll look at the log file to walk you through the rest of this. Alright, I can now unblank the screen. So I'm going to run an 11 module version of this bomb. That's the one. So really fast, I'm just going to clear these notes. Now, this is going to be chaotic, and it's probably going to strike a little bit, so I'm going to go as fast as I can. That's a worm. That's a BFA. That's a worm. There's a BFA, great. So hack number 4 on this module is a BSA. So we're going to go through it. So we're going to ignore that. So watch.tv. And then it's a BFA. It's a sneak. 13 attempts. And it crashed perma. Now, of course, just like the last one, it's probably going to want us to multiply by 1.1 because the day is not changed, of course. So BFA is the bottom one, and it is weird because of its formula, right? Because you got base value, and that's based off of the hack type, so that's 1.6. You've got your attempts, which is 13, and then you got your security level. And then it's all of that divided by 5. And then after that, you consider this, right? So the website crashed permanently, so you do 1.2. And then also 1.1 because of the date, okay? So let's go get our website security value, which is watch.tv. So that's 61. If we put all of this into the text field calculator, you can see that stuff is already trying to crash and burn. So I'll just view the log. So 334.96. Well, that seems like a mighty high number, but if you consider everything part of it, it's pretty right. And just to make sure I got everything correct. Great, so I will grab a log file for this one before they start yelling at me because I'm noticing a bunch of shields have dropped already. I have no clue which one of these it is. Let's look at the cryptocurrency. That's how we can figure out which one this is. The cryptocurrency is 1 Lapel. I will just rerun this bomb. So one lapel, or a lapel. Lapel is, there it is. It's this one, and our hack was hack number 4. So if we go take a look, you will see that the amount is 334.963, which we got. And now, one more time, I will run the bomb to show you guys the other hack type, which is an XSS, which has another equation worth talking about, of course. So I think we'll try this one. There we go. So blogsite.co, XSS, complex, oop, I didn't put my little slash, mutated, 9 programs, and it failed. Poor guy. Anyways, so the equation, I've actually put it on top this time. I'll swap it around because I am bothered by that. So the equation is the base value yet again, which is based off of your complexity. This one is a complex, so it is a base value of 2. Your multiplier, which is based off of the mutation that it chose, so that will be 1.5. Your website security value and your programs, so we'll input the programs, these have that. And then at the end of all of this, we're going to have to multiply by 0.05, and then also multiply again by 0.10 because of the day of the week. And everything just dropped. So my currency for this one would be mighty strange, a qubit. And of course, blogsite.co. So I'm able to find it when I leave this bomb behind. Let's get our website security value. Blogsite.co is 71. So then we do all of this, put all of this right into our beautiful text field calculator. Should get 6.589 or 6.59 rather. So let us see if we do. And before they all start going off, I don't want to put you guys through some pain. See if we can find the qubit. Is this the qubit that was hack number 3? Yes, it was. Well, I'm kind of glad I've walked through this one. 9 programs multiplied by, it's not putting that sign there, actually screw it this time? No, what have I done? Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the cryptocurrency conversion, yeah, 6.59. How silly of me. 6.59, and if we were to theoretically convert this back to cryptocurrency, we'd actually divide by 0.5, which is where the 13.179 comes in, just to show you guys. One more time. And it rounds up here. Oop, don't try to read it, silly. You can see that the rounding's a little bit different from me and the website, but you should still be fine if you input this in theory because of the safety net. That is cheap checkout, and that is a 28-minute tutorial on how to do it. I hope that maybe I helped some of you out there that were having a hard time. If you ever need me, if you ever need a question answered, I am Kitty Ashy in the Discord, and I will forever and ever be here to help. Thank you, everybody. Good luck with your modules.